Yo.
What up? I'm in here.
All right, cool. You're in here like fucking...
Like a wedgie, bro. In between the cheeks. Too much?
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the 14th issue of Why Am I Nerd presents Yo, Wud Up Comics, where each and every week we get together to talk all things comics. From old to new, fan theories to what ifs, we've got you covered. I'm Cameron James, and joining me, as always, the wedgie master himself, Matthew Ferreira.
I'm also the golden voice of podcasts.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
How dare you, sir?
But I will say, you aren't hallucinating. No one's in a time warp. There was no, like, break of a year, or not a year, a week of your life. This is issue 14. We went from 12 and a half to 14.
Yep.
You didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
I just don't like the number 13.
And apparently the number 12 doesn't really matter to us either. But it's, it's nothing to really get crazy about, nothing to become, super nuts and like wet your pants over.
No. No. Why are you dropping something? What the fuck is opening?
Well, actually,
No, time out. You can't do this.
What do you mean?
You can't do this.
What do you mean I can't do this?
You can't do this.
I'm doing it right now.
No, hold on. Let me explain. You can't do this because I do this.
Oh,
you don't do this.
Me. Well,
and this isn't a part of the list. This isn't a part of the list.
It's just interesting. I just wanted to share it.
No.
I just wanted to share it. I think the people deserve to know. They don't need to know.
I think the people because we're arguing about this, you guys can find out next week what we're arguing about.
Oh, come on.
Nope.
Just look at it right now.
No.
Just look at it right now.
No.
I will.
No.
I'll thumb wrestle you for it.
No. Dude, your hand's like 3 times the size of mine.
Yeah, come on,
That's
dude.
bullshit. No
I'll
way.
give you a handicap.
No. God
Get
damn
it?
this.
A handicap?
No. Wow. Nope. No. This.
Come on,
all right,
dude.
Next week's
Come
issue.
on, just look.
No, issue 15 of Why Am I Nerd will present. 15 will present what we are talking about. And hear me out. Issue 15 goes with this. This is 15. So it works.
One thing from this article.
No.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Fail.
That's bullshit.
Fail.
That is bullshit.
That laptop cost me a lot of money. I have a little bit of upper hand of everybody here.
You do. I'm just saying.
Nope.
You should just read what I sent you.
I'm reading it.
What are you reading?
Just tell me what.
Scroll down to number 8. Just scroll. Fine. Don't tell the people what it is, but scroll down to number 8.
People can probably figure out what the fuck we're arguing about right now.
But scroll down to number 8.
It's not happening. Not happening until next week. What the hell is this one?
Did you get to number 8?
Not happening this week. I've read this article.
Number 8?
Yes.
So bring it up.
Yes. No. Next week, we will find out what the bicker
That's bullshit.
is. I don't give a fuck.
Leaving people on there.
Yeah, you got to come back for more. You got to have them on for more. It's like, I don't know. It's like Avengers Infinity War. They wanted you coming back for more. But I do have a gift, too.
Uh-oh.
I brought this from upstairs because you were complaining you wouldn't drink a Oktoberfest beer. So I'm bringing Halloween candy down.
It's too soon.
I don't give a fuck.
It's too goddamn soon.
I don't like these. Steph got these.
The Kit Kats actually I do like.
They're white chocolate, not my thing. I like the Reese's.
This is bullshit. It's too soon. It's fucking. It's August. Why is Halloween candy fun size Halloween candy on sale? It's bullshit.
It tastes so good though. You can probably hear me opening the wrapper. But so we talk about this a lot in comics, not in comics, but like on our show, like terrible outfits. Again, yeah. And what the fuck is this?
Or horribly impractical.
What the fuck is this?
We're up to the.
Just go to this. Just go to what the fuck is this? Hellions.
Hellions.
Like, what? Okay. This chick right here, right? Now,
I don't even know who that is. Is that Jean? That's not Jean.
Whoever, I'll try to remind myself.
Goblin Queen Madeline Pryor. That's
I'll remind
Professor
myself.
X's twin sister.
I'll remind myself to post his photo.
Did you hear what I just said?
Professor X's twin sister.
Yeah, that's who that is. Let
me explain something to you people. This girl is essentially she can get shot in the thigh, in the boob, in the stomach,
literally
in the
anywhere.
head.
It's claw.
There's no armor.
Yeah.
Like, is there a reason why comic book artists do this shit?
Honestly,
don't tell me it's sex appeal because this is fucking weird.
No, it is. It's 100% fan service. They do it for.
But it just doesn't make sense.
All the kids are almost. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Well, look at the proportions of most of these chicks. Like it's not
her
human. She has ridiculous proportions. What are you talking about?
No, she doesn't.
Oh, shit. I went to the wrong thing. I was looking at something else. Damn it. Hang on.
Her proportions look like a normal woman.
Oh, actually, yeah, I will give you that.
She's just
Hers
ripped.
Are pretty normal. Yeah. Hers are pretty normal. But for the most part, these chicks are ridiculous.
She does look like Jean Grey. Like a weird version of Jean Grey. But I don't know. It's like, guys, come on. Like if you...
Oh, never mind. I'm 100% wrong. That's not what I was. She's a clone of Jean Grey. That's why.
Okay.
She's a clone of... I don't know where I got... Who am I thinking of? Who's Professor X's twin?
All right.
That's going to fuck me up.
While you look that up, once again, this is Why Am I Nerd presents Yo, Wud Up Comics, where you can follow us on Instagram at Why Am I Nerd Official. Facebook.com/whyamianerd and listen to new issues every Tuesday on your favorite podcast service. And catch new issues on YouTube on Mondays at 12 a.m. or anytime on Monday you go on YouTube.com/
Why Am I Nerd? No,
I
slash
wish.
a bunch of
I
random.
wish.
That's
I
right.
wish it was that.
We're not there
It's
because
not
we need
that
people
yet.
to like and follow and subscribe, and especially subscribe because we're about halfway there. We're living on a prayer. Just please.
Like, I guess this is what I don't get. Like I said last week, I said the week before, our fucking podcast network is like, and I get it. Like, someone said this to me the other day, if you're a YouTuber, you're a YouTuber. You don't listen to podcasts. If you're a podcast, I listen to podcasts. So that I could see, like, I drive, I'm always in my car a lot, and that's what I do. So, like I said, the podcast subscriptions are awesome. The listeners are awesome. The viewers, I get it. Like, you don't want to watch us, but maybe you just want to, like, put us in your background, put some headphones on, and hear the Golden Voices voice.
Hey, I'm always here for you.
You know what we should do? Hold on.
Uh-oh.
So, before we get into the releases, we were going to do a sex podcast with women, right?
Correct.
Where's the bro sex podcast where we just talk about bro shit? But now hear me out. Now I know why there's no bro sex podcast.
I was just about to say.
Because it's not ethical.
Well, it's not that
It's
ethical.
not
It's just that
ethical.
it's almost too dirty. Like, guys talk about that shit, I feel like, on a very regular basis, whereas it'd be different to hear it from a woman's perspective. I feel like everyone would tune in for that. Whereas guys are like, boobs! Like, you're gonna be like that the whole time. Like, what kind of boobs do you like?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I don't know. I just think that's a little unfair. Not that, I would be the worst sex podcast host in the world. I'd be like,
we could bring up that porn site from a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. Just go watch my reaction to me to seeing a dick, and you'll be like, what the fuck?
Unless it's Batman's dick, in which case you're all
no.
We
had time out. We had this conversation today.
We did just learn today that comic book, I think, is 10
Shout out to
times.
Comic Crypt.
Shout out to Comic Crypt. We were in there today.
Hopefully
and I think we
we can have you on the
learned
show.
that it's like 10 times more than it was when you bought it. It was like $5 when you bought it,
for
probably.
$5.99.
Yeah, now it's worth $60, so 12 times.
And then the variant cover, he said, was worth 70. So, we're going to post this little clip, give you a shout out, Comic Crypt over in Eatontown, right next to.
That's exactly what they want to be associated with, is Batman's dick. I'm sure that's.
No, we're not doing that. We're doing, maybe we get you guys on the show, Zoom you, want you on, enjoy your shop. We spend a lot of money. So, but without further ado, Matt, tell us, August 26th, what's getting released at your local comm shops?
Coming from DC, we've got Coming from DC, Detective Comics 1026, The Flash 760, Action Comics 1024, Wonder Woman 761, Red Hood Outlaw number 48, Batgirl number 48, Teen Titans Annual number 2, Batman 3 Jokers number 1, Justice League Dark 25, Batman Superman 11, Batman Beyond 46, John Constantine, Hellblazer number 9, The Question, The Deaths of Vic Sage number 4, Legion of Superheroes number 8, Suicide Squad number 8, Plunge number 6, Books of Magic 22, The Last God number 8.
What is Plunge?
I don't know. It sounds like something you would need to dislodge a toilet.
I'm
I don't know what that's about.
Okay.
It's possible, though. That could be what it's about. From Dynamite, The Boys, Dear Becky number 4. Holy shit, The Boys have a lot of fucking
Man, we probably should have done is read that.
Read that, yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, it's not too late. We could pivot.
This is classic. This next comic we should pick up next week.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to agree with you on that. We've also got Mars Attacks Red Sonja number 1. Because what the fuck?
I don't know.
Like, what? And we've got Betty Page number 2. From Image, we've got Spawn 309, Black Magic 13, Family Tree number 8, Mirka Andolfo's Mercy number 5, Philadelphia number 7, Chew number 2, That Texas Blood number 3, Stray Bullets, Sunshine and Roses number 42, Unearth number 7, Nomen Omen number 8, Tartarus number 5, Nailbiter Returns number 4, Bliss number 2, and Bomb Queen Trump Card number 1. From IDW, we've got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 108, Usagi Yojimbo 12, Lock and Key in Pale Battalions Go number 1, Sleeping Beauties number 3, Star Wars Adventures, The Clone Wars Battle Tales number 4, Star Trek Hell's Mirror number 1, Kanto 2, The Hollow Men, number 1. Big Hero 6, the series, number 2. Free Comic Book Day 2020, Usagi Yojimbo. From Marvel, we've got The Amazing Spider-Man, number 47. X-Men, number 11. Daredevil Annual, number 1. Hellions, number 3. X-Factor, number 2.
Which we were just referencing Hellion's fucking outfit.
Yeah. Ghost Spider, number 10. Empire Avengers, number 3. Star Wars, Dr. Aphra, number 3. Spider-Man Noir, number 3. Iron Man 2020, number 6. Empire, Captain America, number 3. X-Men, God Loves, Man Kills, Extended Cut, number 2. Fantastic Four, Antithesis, number 1. Arrow, 10. 2020, I, Wolverine, number 2. 2020, Force Works, number 3. Marvel Previews, number 3. Dark Horse, nothing. Boom Studios.
They're getting the boot.
Yeah, they're about to be out of there. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, number 53. Angel and Spike, number 13. Is that a Buffy the Vampire Slayer spinoff comic?
I didn't look
I
at
think
it.
that's what that is. Angel and Spike, I think that's exactly what that is. Wind, which is spelled with a Y, number 3. Ghosted in LA, number 12. Wicked Things, number 4. And Mega Man Fully Charged, number 1.
So I don't understand annuals. I don't really get why they do it.
It's just a special edition.
Just call it a one shot.
I mean, but they do it once a year.
It's a one shot. It's a one shot.
It's an extra comic. I mean, yeah.
Like in one of the boys, which we'll talk about later, I think there is a one shot on one of them because one of them has an epilogue, which like just doesn't really reference. It just like kind of references. It's weird how they released it. I don't know. I don't remember which volume it was, but they did that. But I don't know. I think annuals are stupid.
Yeah.
Call it goddamn one shot and just fucking get it over
Well, especially
with.
if it doesn't tie into anything. It's like, why do I need this?
I'm also curious. There's really no free comic book day stuff. I guess it's over already.
There's 2 or 3.
Yeah, but there should have been 5. Remember we went with this?
There was Usagi Yojimbo. There was...
You know, there's probably, this is only the 7.
Excuse me. That's true.
This is only the 7, which is about to get the 6 because
6, yeah,
Dark
'cause
Dark Horse, if you don't put out a damn comic by
You're gonna get kicked off the show, Dark
September
Horse.
1st, you're getting the boot. I don't give a fuck.
You're playing too dark, Dark Horse.
Yeah, it's not fair. It's not fair. But here we go to our Who Asked for This segment of the week. The Hulk fought who? Scroll down to number 4 and just tell me, who did the Hulk fight? And when did that get released? And who in the blue fuck thought that was a good idea?
Well, from the looks of it, it's the gray fuck. And also, it says right here in the top corner, because you demanded it. So I don't know.
Who fucking demanded
This
this?
reminds me of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where Charlie realizes that a bunch of different guys dressed as Santa used to come over to his house on Christmas and bang his mom, and he flips out on the mall Santa. That's the only scenario I can picture that this would happen.
The Hulk fought a mall Santa in front of children is what we're getting at here.
Do you not watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
No.
I'm going to send you that clip after this.
You know who looks like Charlie Day? Matt from ABG.
Oh, I can kind of see that.
Weird,
I
right?
can kind of see that. I'm never getting that image out of my head.
Nope. I said that from day one. But yeah, so pretty much nothing says
But
the
wait a minute,
holidays
but
like
wait a
seeing
minute.
the Hulk beat the crap
But
out
did
of
you
Santa.
read? Hold on, but let's talk about this. Yeah, sorry, you literally were. Sorry, I didn't realize that was the opening. In another instance of a murderous supervillain feeling sad and lonely, the Rhino gets drunk, starts panhandling, then decides to knock out a Salvation Army Santa and steal his costume. One thing leads to another, and he gets a job working at a department store. Bruce Banner, who just so happens to be shopping at the same store, notices Jolly St. Rhino being a jerk to some kids. Hulk gets angry, bursts onto the scene, tosses aside a small boy, and then kicks Santa in the nuts. So, I don't understand. Does Rhino have on his costume?
No, he's dressed as fucking Santa.
But then, like, doesn't all his
He's a
power
dude
come from the
dressed as a
costume?
dude, acting like a dude.
I know who I am.
I don't know, man. Like, some of the shit that people come up with in these gosh dang things. Like,
I'm
what
like
the
genuinely
fuck?
curious if he has his powers outside of the suit.
We're gonna
Like,
find out.
So he's got superhuman strength, speed, stamina, and durability.
Ooh.
The armor grants high-level resistance to damage and extreme temperatures, razor-sharp horns, ability to enhance his superhuman physical attributes. So apparently he's strong without it, and then he's stronger with it.
Who?
Rhino.
It's stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, no argument there.
And nobody asked for it. Well, I lied.
Someone
This
asked
might
for
have
it.
been the first, actually, you demanded this, but why segment. I don't know what it says. It says people demanded that the Hulk beat the shit out of fucking...
Yeah, just like
Santa
the
Claus.
Hulk fight Santa. Although apparently Santa's like the most powerful mutant in the X-Men universe. Like,
I don't know, but did you ever see the Santa Claus movie when he fights like a demon?
what? No.
It's like called The Claws, and it's like a horror movie.
So it's like him versus like Krampus?
yeah,
Because Krampus is
Maybe
like
that-
evil. Krampus is like evil
Maybe
Santa.
that's what I'm thinking of. And he's
Probably.
fighting like he fights like demons or some weird
Yeah,
shit.
probably.
I mean, if I have a kid, if I get married,
That's what you're going to watch.
that's what they're gonna watch their first
My
Christmas.
kids, their first Christmas movie will always be Die Hard.
No, my kid's first Christmas movie will always be Batman
This is
Returns.
all right. This is something
Batman
we
Returns.
definitely need the other guys in here for this. But what is completely off topic, completely seasons early? What is the best Christmas movie of all time?
Batman Returns.
You're out of your mind.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's Die Hard, dude.
Batman Returns.
It's fucking Die Hard.
It was Die Hard, but Batman Returns.
Batman Returns came out what year? 89? No, the original Batman was 89. All right.
92. Batman Returns
Might
was
be.
92.
Might be right. 92, 93.
Come on, it is Christmas. Now,
Still giving it
I
Die
don't know
Hard.
why I never see fucking Batman Returns on any top 10 list of fucking Christmas movies.
Because it doesn't belong there.
It should.
It's just okay.
Jingle All the Way doesn't belong
Just
there, but it's
Jingle
fucking
All
on
the
there.
Way 100%
Get the
belongs
fuck
there.
outta
Jingle
here.
All the Way is a great
No,
fucking
it doesn't.
movie.
That was terrible.
Jingle All the Way is fucking amazing.
It's
what are you talking
awful.
about?
It's
Sinbad and Arnold
it's
Schwarzenegger.
an awful good
Like,
movie.
What? Come
It's
on.
an awful good movie.
I almost want to say we should put that on Hero Cinema.
It's an awful good movie. We will do
Hero.
we will do Hero Cinema on Christmas, not on Christmas, around
But
Christmas
around
time.
Christmas, we'll do
and
one
we'll
of-
take a hiatus because Hero Cinema last week. If you guys want to go check that out, we did. What did we watch?
We watched
Judge
Judge
Dredd.
Dredd, the 90s version.
Awful,
Yeah.
but it wasn't. It was not to cut you off. It wasn't. What do we say? It wasn't bad. It just wasn't entertaining.
good. Yeah, there was just nothing of value in it. I was just like, okay, like I'm just kind of here.
And he has his helmet off the entire
The
time.
entire time, which is like a huge like he takes it off once in the comics, and there's a huge like sensor bar around his face.
Yeah.
So if you're a big comic fan and you go into that movie, I can't imagine how furious I would be if I went into a film about Spider-Man when I was a kid. I was like, oh my god, it's a Spider-Man movie, and his mask is off the entire time.
And he's
in
just
the
Peter
costume.
Parker.
Although that did happen a lot. It pissed me off in Spider-Man 2 when he's like, oh, I'm on this train, I got to take my mask off. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Spider-Man
I thought he was going to
3
make the
is
web mask.
Bad too, though.
What?
Spider-Man 3 is awful.
We're not. Nobody brought up Spider-Man. Why would you do that? Why would you bring up Spider-Man 3?
Spider-Man 3 is a fucking terrible movie.
It's the Ohio State of fucking superhero films. I'm losing my shit because you're bringing up Spider-Man.
It's
Why are you
just,
bringing up
like,
Spider? Why would you
bad.
ever bring up? I thought we were friends.
It's so
Why are you bringing up
bad.
Spider-Man 3? Why are you bringing up Spider-Man
best
3?
buds. Who you talking
Batman
about?
Forever.
Hey!
Batman and Robin. Yeah. How does that feel? How's that?
I like Batman Forever.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
It's not that bad.
When he smiles.
It's not that bad.
When he smiles.
It's not that bad.
When he smiles.
It's funny.
He turns around. He's like, "Ugh."
It's funny. And he does not. He doesn't show teeth.
It's 100. Yes, he does.
No, he does. He goes. Wait, maybe it's Michael Keaton. It's Michael Keaton that does that. Michael Keaton does the smirk. No one's gonna see this. They're listening to this podcast.
Yeah, but you're gonna add it in the post cred.
To what? They're listening to something.
Yeah, but the people on YouTube are gonna get to see it.
Nobody watches this on YouTube.
Okay, so everyone, if you're listening to the podcast, you've got your hands free. Maybe you stop at a red light if you're in your car. Go ahead and just hop on to Google real quick, just as long as the situation is safe. We're not advertising.
It's gonna take him 35 damn
go
minutes
and,
to find us
what.
on YouTube.
I'm just saying.
Okay, fine.
I'm not advertising that you text and drive because that's a terrible thing. Do not do that. But when you have a free minute, go ahead and type in Batman Forever, smile right into Google. You can type it right into the search bar. That's the way it works. And you're going to see this, it's not a toothy grin. But it is an awkward fucking smile.
Bro, this is
It's
it.
creepy as shit.
Is it the one? Then it wasn't Michael Keaton.
It wasn't Michael
It
Keaton.
was Val Kilmer.
It's Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still creepy as shit.
Nah. Wow, I'm watching the bars for the first time. I think we got a new system working out here.
Oh,
Whatever,
yeah?
fucking, but
Looking good.
we're looking really, really good. Damn, bro, we're actually 20 minutes in this already. We haven't gotten our fucking hot takes courtesy of the planet, mother. Bugle.
You can't say fucking?
I was trying to make this a kid's show.
Oh.
But that didn't go very well. So
Yeah, I just kind of ruined that.
Yeah. Well,
ruined the shit out of that.
Boom fucking studios.
All right, so what do we have up first? Uh-oh. Oh, is it something bat related?
It's something bat related.
Oh no.
And I don't get it. So we actually have different views on this.
We do.
You're okay with this.
Yeah, I honestly kind of like it because I think he got screwed over by the writing. So this comes to us from Deadline. This is an absurdly long title, actually. So from Deadline, Ben Affleck to return as Batman in upcoming Flash movie that will also feature Michael Keaton as Dark Knight. They might as well say Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton to be featured in Flashpoint movie. Like would be a better title.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so let's just we don't need to explain this. You guys get what the fucking we're talking about right now. This, I'm sorry, makes no fucking sense. And I'm going to explain.
Well,
it makes hold
travel.
on. It makes no fucking sense because why are you putting out a movie called The Batman, which is obviously not going to be in this universe? Yeah. It's obviously not. Like clearly, it's just
unless
not.
he's unless Batman rapidly changes appearances every 20 years.
But this does not make it. Like, what the hell is DC doing? Are they making this?
They very simply do not have a plan.
This actually is kind of similar to what they're doing in comics when you have 5 different fucking storylines on the same character and he's headlining 5 different comic books, and you read one, then you read the other one. You're like, wait a minute, which one am I reading? It gets like convoluted. Like this makes no sense. Like, okay, you brought Robert Pattinson in, right? Why is he not in this?
Because it sucks.
We don't know that yet.
He's not working out. Or he might be working out now.
He is now. But first of all, touch base on that.
What a fuck.
They're showing the Batman is screaming Batman Beyond. Screaming.
Yes, yeah, it does.
The color,
does,
just
heavily.
the coloring alone. It's red and black.
Well, what if they turn it around last minute and they're like, oh, she's really Terry McGinnis?
I mean, they should.
They're not going to, but they
should.
I mean, it'd be so much more palatable then. I'd be like, okay. I'd be like, all right, I can get behind this. But
the best thing that they could do is keep this, because they probably already said they probably already announced it's Bruce Wayne. The best thing that they could do in the Batman movie, if they were going to pull that off, is just have him in the suit the whole time, cowl, cape, never take off the armor.
Right, he's not going.
And then
literally, his armor looks shitty.
It does look bad.
It does.
They haven't really shown it in color yet, though.
It's just nothing I've seen him from that movie looks complete. He looks like the world's okayest cosplayer.
Yeah, but hear me out. Fuck the costumes for a second. Imagine midway through that movie, right? You never hear, he's just Batman. You never hear his name. Let's say he just gets to the Batcave one after a fight. He's confused. And all of a sudden, he just walks in, and you hear a voice, and you think it's Alfred, and fucking Michael Keaton just turns around.
Do you think Michael Keaton can pull off
and he's like,
Bruce Wayne?
And he's like, no, he's just like, Terry, like, what are you doing? And you imagine if they like, bomb drop that, like, mid-movie? That's how
There's no way they
done.
could keep that under wraps, though.
Why?
Someone would fuck that up. I feel like with the internet now, someone would fuck that scene up. Unless they did it completely in the dark. Like they have 2 people on board and they all have to sign NDAs.
They could.
Possible.
Because, look, bringing Ben Affleck into this Flashpoint movie doesn't make sense. Because, all right, let me rephrase that. It makes sense by this universe, but it doesn't make sense because they're making a Batman movie without Ben Affleck. Like, who the fuck is Batman then? And what, like, is the Batman supposed to be like the Dark Knight all over again, where it's its own universe and you don't affiliate with anything like that? Like, it just, they're like, why? I don't understand why. I don't understand why you're okay with this. Why are you okay with this?
I'm not okay with it.
Bullshit.
I'm just like,
you sit in the car. You were okay with it.
I'm okay with Ben Affleck as Batman.
Why?
What they're doing with the character as a whole, they clearly have no direction. They have no clue what they're doing. They don't. What DC lacks is a Kevin Feige. Marvel is Kevin Feige, and he's like, here's the fucking plan. He's like, we're going to make all these movies. They're going to lead into Avengers. Going to lead into a different phase from that. Those movies are going to lead up to this villain. Here's how things are going to go. If we get the right new characters, we have space to slot them in here, and here. We can adjust the scripts. I want these directors on it. Boom. He's got a plan. He has a fucking outline and a script for the way things are supposed to go. Maybe not a full-on script, but you know what I mean. when you're looking at DC, they're like, Justice League, Wonder Woman. Oh, people like that? Okay, so we'll make another Wonder Woman, but in the 80s, and everyone's alive.
Yeah, because
it's like they just don't have a plan overall.
Because this is coming out in 2022. Okay, estimated release date is
June 3rd, 2022.
Okay, the Batman. The Batman is coming out October 1st, 2021. So it's not even like So if this came out, if Flashpoint came out first, and he did some weird Flashpoint bullshit, he could have erased Ben Affleck's character and led into the Robert Pattinson thing. Okay, it's like but. The worst thing they can do is, that's just Batman. Were they different Earths?
You know how
Earth 1? Is this going to be Earth 1?
Casual people are going to be so fucking confused.
Yeah.
Like,
you're putting out a movie called The Batman before Flashpoint, and then you're bringing in two other Batmans.
Well, let's also not forget that this is going to be unrelated to Suicide Squad 2, more than likely. You know what I mean? Like, do you think it'll tie into that? Because I'm talking. Well, actually, this one might. The Batfleck one might tie in with Suicide Squad that's about to come out, but the Robert Pattinson one is most definitely not.
Unless they're gonna do like some sort of DC Black Label shit and say that the Batman is like the Black Label version of
they're gonna
whatever
mess a lot of things up, because I think they're gonna put out too much content because people are gonna associate Harley Quinn with Batman. And they're not going to know which Batman to do it with.
Right. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
And imagine being like a kid that's like 12 years old, watching this shit. You ain't watching Michael Keaton's Batman.
No, they don't know.
Does your son know who the fuck Michael Keaton's Batman is? Does he know? Does he know?
That's good, bro.
Absolutely. Exactly.
Well, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce the legend himself. Sean Farrell just walked in, gracing us with, it looks like a Notre Dame jersey.
Looks like a haircut.
Montana, which, he did get a fresh cut. He's not wearing a hat. No, I was going to say because when you showed up on the Why Am I a Nerd for the NBA dress, like, I've never seen him without a hat, or at least not in a while. I haven't seen you without a hat.
But yeah, so I mean, no 12-year-old's gonna know who the fuck Michael Keaton is.
No.
So
even so, I question if Michael Keaton can pull off. I'm openly questioning it. Nothing disrespectful to Michael Keaton. I just can't picture him as the gruff, older, brooding Bruce Wayne that we see in the Batman Beyond TV show that he's apparently supposed to be portraying.
The only thing that can make that movie more fucked up is if Jeffrey Dean Morgan shows up. And he's like, yo, what's up?
He's like, it's me. It's me, Jeff D.
I mean, I don't know, man. I think that DC needs to fucking stop making movies for 25.
They're doing too much shit.
Yeah, it's bad. I don't get it. Probably never will, but I'm not supportive. But I guess we'll find out October 1st what the Batman's about when we go to the... I guess I'll have to buy freaking... what are they? Like opening seats? If we can go to the movies.
Yeah, if we can go to the movies.
Otherwise, just have a fucking...
We'll definitely get those, but that'll be our Hero Cinema for that week for sure.
Yeah.
But speaking of superhero movies, our next topic is something that I'm going to come out right now and say, as a Spider-Man fan, I don't give a shit about.
Okay, good. So I didn't give a fuck about the Batman. Now you're going to not give a fuck about Spider-Man.
Olivia Wilde to direct Sony Marvel film rumored to be Spider-Woman. Just no. This doesn't need to happen. I don't think there's any individual. There's four. I think if you include Gwen, Spider-Women. I don't think any of them have a big enough following to really warrant this. I'd rather them see, go with a different... If they're insisting on making a movie about a female character, I think there's better ones they could choose from. I just don't think Spider-Woman has that wide appeal. And for the most part, if they're going off the Jessica Drew version, she's not that closely related to Spider-Man, so I don't see why this would be a thing.
So here's my question. If Marvel is so good at doing these movies, right? Why are they doing this weird shit where they're bringing Spider-Man villains and giving them their own movie that nobody gives a fuck about?
That's Sony.
What do you mean?
Sony and Marvel share the rights to Spider-Man. So Marvel can put Spider-Man in all the Avengers movies, and they keep all the profits for that. But the individual Spider-Man movies, like Spider-Man Far From Home, Spider-Man Homecoming, those are technically owned by Sony, so the money for those movies goes straight to Sony. So Sony also has the rights to the villains, and they can make the villain movies, but Spider-Man can't be in there because it's not related to Marvel at all. It's a really fucking weird contract.
I mean...
But it was the only way that Marvel could be like, give us Spider-Man, we'll give you all the money, we just want him for Avengers.
There's no positive outcome of this, because we talked about today in the car, a Craven movie. They got a director. Like,
doesn't need to happen. Craven movie doesn't need to happen.
It should just be Craven's last hunt.
Yeah, but Morbius movie doesn't need to happen. But it won't because Sony refuses to work with Marvel, basically. Like, they tried to push Marvel this past summer where everyone thought Spider-Man was going to be out of the MCU because Sony was pushing too hard to get more money. And Marvel's like, you're already making a shit ton of money off what we're doing for you. You guys proved you were inept at handling this yourself because Spider-Man 3 failed, Amazing Spider-Man failed, Amazing Spider-Man 2 failed. I don't care if they didn't fail financially, but they're shit movies.
Were they?
They were all shit movies. Like, dude, you're gonna see.
I don't know, man.
I'm gonna be so angry when we get to those. Spider-Man 3 was garbage.
We discussed that like 25 minutes ago.
Amazing Spider-Man is garbage. Like, that's not
Who's the
Peter
villain in
Parker.
that?
The fucking lizard.
What's the second one then?
The one with Electro. You see how you don't really remember either of those films very easily? It's because they're dog shit. They're actual poop on the side of the road. Don't worry about it. Just throw it out. Put it in the trash can. Andrew Garfield is trash.
Was apparently like a little
trash.
prima donna.
Like, dude, I'm gonna be so angry. Like, actually angry when we get to those.
They also ended the second one on like a seriously bad cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When he fights Rhino on the street.
He fights Rhino, and like that's just it. I'm like, at least give me the end of the fight. Like, it's stupid.
Was there a third one planned?
Yeah. And then I think either the second one bombed or
I think
Andrew Garfield came out and trashed the studio, actually is what it was.
And they just said reboot it.
Yeah, well, and then I think Marvel kind of stepped in and was like, you guys can't do this, but we can, and we'll give you the money for it, but we want them for Avengers.
So the moral of the story is there's no positive outcome of a Spider-Woman movie.
I mean, we got a little off topic, but I don't see why it's even remotely necessary.
Do you think that they're doing it because of like what's the word I'm looking for? Like like Wonder Woman was like came out and it was like, oh, it was like, yeah, Wonder Woman, like fucking women power, like cool.
Yeah, which is cool. Like, I have no issue with that whatsoever.
Right.
But Wonder Woman lends herself to that.
Because you said it last week. I think you said like you kind of felt Black Panther and Wonder Woman all kind of had that same kind of like they're good movies,
but they're more important culturally than they are good films. So they get a little bit higher uplifted. Like, I don't think Black Panther should have been nominated for an Academy Award.
No.
Like, I don't think it was Academy. It was a very good movie, but I don't think it's Academy Award worthy.
I thought Black Panther was so fucking predictable. I think I said to Sean. I think I said to Sean. I think we saw the movie and we left. I was like, that was so predictable.
Yeah, it was still a good movie.
There was nothing.
There was no like real big like cliffhangers. I think the thing that upset me most about that movie was that spoilers was that they killed off Claw. Because I was a big fan of him in Age of Ultron. I liked him in Black Panther. I thought he was a cool character. And he traditionally is Black Panther's biggest villain. And they were just like, nope, done.
When? Who's Claw?
The white dude with one arm.
I don't remember him in the Black Panther movie.
He's got like the weird voice. He's South African. When they're in the museum, he's the guy with Killmonger.
I don't remember that at all.
Are you kidding me? He's got the little sound cannon thing from his hand.
I don't remember that.
What?
I don't.
All right, well, let's move on to the next hit. That's crazy to me that you don't remember. But yeah, let's move on to the next topic. Because this, I don't know how I feel about this next one. Do you want to read the title for that?
What we want to see.
Oh, well, first of all,
that's all I'm reading.
Into it is Michael Kenneth Williams, rumored as Sinestro in the Green Lantern series. Now, for those who watched The Wire, this is the legendary villain of the streets, Omar.
Or he was in...
Sean knows. Yeah.
He was
I can't even do it. I can't do it justice. Like, yeah.
Wasn't he in Luke Cage too?
No, it's a different guy.
Was it? They look almost the same. You don't think they have the same jawline?
They might have the same jawline.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm mostly fucking with you, but no, I don't. I mean, this guy has a massive scar across his face. You don't think he looks like
Cottonmouth?
No.
Wait,
Cottonmouth looks like Brandon Marshall.
That
scar's real. Yeah, he got that. I actually read about that because I thought it was something for his character on The Wire, but apparently in real life, someone just slashed his face.
Dude, I thought he was Cottonmouth.
No. I'll bring up a picture.
Oh, he's in Boardwalk Empire.
Oh,
and he's in Lovecraft County, which just came out. But anyway, so moral of the story is they're making a Green Lantern series, which I had no fucking idea about this, and it's going to HBO Max.
That's a great fucking idea. I think it needs to be live action for sure. Mahershala Ali is who we're talking about, and he looks like exactly like Brandon Marshall to me. That one I 100% see. I don't see him looking like Michael Kenneth Williams.
Well, right off the bat, they've already casted the Green Lantern as James Marsden and Linda Cardellini as Hal Jordan. And
actually don't hate that. I could see James Marsden playing Hal Jordan. Like, good for him. He deserves an actual shot at playing a character because he got fucked over playing Cyclops.
Yeah, I mean, they killed him, spoiler, like 5 seconds in the fucking
third movie. And he never really got to, like, aside from the first movie, he didn't really get to be Cyclops. You know?
Okay, so what... I guess my question is, do they need to give an origin story of Hal Jordan, or do they just need to go right into it? Because here's my concern.
Hal Jordan's origin story. Sorry.
No, here's my concern. Is they're going to do what they do with every other fucking... And this comes from Cosmic Book News, by the way. Every other damn movie. Is they're going to give you some damn backstory of him for probably 7 episodes. Then the 8th episode, he's like, oh, I'm the Green Lantern. And he's going to turn the Green Lantern.
They fucking better not. It better be, if this is an hour-long show, he better have that ring on in the first half hour. There is no reason. Like, even when we watch the Green Lantern movie, it's very simple to establish, hey, I'm a test pilot. Oh, someone crashed and this magic ring came to me and now, boom, I'm drafted. Like, it should be a very quick process.
So do you want to see him get the ring, go through the training and all that bullshit?
Honestly, no.
So he has the ring.
If I were doing it, I would start that Hal Jordan's the veteran cop, for lack of a better word, and do it as a buddy cop thing, and you bring in Jon Stewart as his like new partner.
They won't do that until the end.
No, they should, but that'll be like season 2 or 3.
100%.
But that's how I would start it. But I do not want to see him getting an origin or training. He can be like relatively new, but I don't want to see him doing basic ring training. Like just jump into it. Like nobody really wants to see the origin story anymore. Like,
no.
Name
Read
one character,
book.
even fucking Batman. I don't want to see the origin story. Like, I get it. You're fucking mad. Your parents got killed. Boom, you're Batman. Like, I don't need to see your training. But if they were going to do a Batman show, like an actual show, and they can't have him be Batman because they keep doing this, where they're like, oh, Gotham, but he's a little kid. Or, oh, Alfred, he's a fucking, sperm somewhere. Like, just do an actual show of him training to become Batman and fighting random people before he's Batman. I'm in for that.
So you're taking Batman Year One and you're making it into a TV show.
Yeah, before he's got the actual suit while he's still figuring shit out. You can drag that out for 3 or 4 seasons.
I call bluff.
You don't think they could do that? I think
if they did that, you're watching the first season of Daredevil.
Yeah, but I'm saying
100%.
But Batman has such an expansive rogues gallery. He went to training in so many different places. I think they could do that. It would be Daredevil mixed with Arrow, where one season he's in Japan training, another season maybe he's in Indonesia.
Who the fuck would watch that?
You wouldn't watch that? I would watch that.
You won't watch the Alfred show, Pennyworth, but you would watch
because
that.
Because it's about fucking Alfred. No one cares about Alfred.
Who cares about Batman before he's Batman?
Why would I want to watch a show about a guy who's like, I used to be badass now? It's like, oh, here's your tea and crumpets, sir.
Hold on. Hold the fuck on. Put your fucking pizza down.
Yeah, I'm going to finish that in a minute.
For the record, you have to remember that in Batman Year One, when he shows back up, he's like fucking 18, I think. Maybe even a little older. Maybe
You're talking about Batman Begins?
No, Batman Year One, the Frank Miller Batman Year One story. When he goes out and he's Batman, he literally looks like Daredevil in the beginning because he doesn't have a suit.
Yeah.
Then he watches the fucking bat blast through the fucking glass window. He's like, oh, I'm be Batman, like whatever it is. Who the fuck wants to watch Bruce Wayne train as a 13-year-old? I'm not watching Stranger Things. I'm not watching Stranger Things.
No, he shouldn't be 13. This should be when he's like 20 to like 26. He's just doing hardcore fucking training. But he's learning all the different martial arts.
So you're changing the origin story. You're changing the origin story.
If you're going to have a story about him where fucking Penguin runs Gotham when he's goddamn 8 years old, come on. Like, if they're going to mess around with the story, mess around with the story. Like, make it something
Here's
cool.
an idea. Don't fuck with the story.
That's what they're doing anyway. There's fucking 3 Batmen right now. 3.
There's
3.
2.
There's 3.
There's technically
3.
Technically, there's like 5.
How many actors are playing them? There's 3.
Nobody would watch that show.
I think people would.
Nobody would.
I think people would.
Okay, so I completely fucking lied. He's 26 in Year One.
I stand by my case.
I don't.
Nobody's
watching that.
People would watch that.
Nobody would watch
him
that.
Training, be like, okay, now I'm learning jujitsu. And to go, no.
Hold on.
Let's
go over this for a second. Okay, she's learning karate, okay? So now okay.
It's four issues.
Let's go through. Let's go through it. Ready? Name them.
Season 1. He starts on his training. Yeah,
karate,
he learns karate.
Okay, I'm watching the Karate Kid. Okay, Danny Macchio showing up. What the fuck his name is next?
Yeah. Season 2, he meets Ra's al Ghul, starts training with the League of Shadows.
In the fucking Alpines up in the freaking cold. Okay, so now I'm watching the freaking the
Batman Begins.
Vertical Limit movie. Okay.
Season 4, he starts running like dark ops in some random city. I don't know, maybe fucking
Okay, so now
Tokyo
I'm watching.
or something.
Now I'm watching that movie when they kill Bin Laden. Next.
He comes back to Gotham and he starts his war, but he's not fully Batman yet.
So now I'm watching Daredevil season 1.
Yeah. Daredevil season 1 was ultra successful. What are you talking about?
I'm not watching The Karate Kid. I'm not watching fucking Zero Dark 30. I'm not going to go watch fucking Daredevil season 1 again. And I'm not going to watch where the fuck I said the other thing was. Vertical
Well, either
Limits,
way, all those were pretty successful last I checked.
Were they?
Were they not?
Zero Dark 30, I fell asleep. And
I
watched
did too.
the last
I
fucking
did too,
20 minutes in a shot.
Doesn't mean it wasn't successful.
So our verdict, okay, so for the record, we were talking about the Green Lantern.
Yeah, we got completely off topic. But yeah, fuck it. Make a Green Lantern show, just don't show the origin.
That's what we want to see?
Yeah, that's what we want to see.
Okay, fine.
Oh, like what other characters do we want to see?
I guess so.
No, I want to see him going to different planets. I want to see, famous people from the universe. Tomar Ray's kind of lame, but whatever. Yeah, I'll take this like weird fish bird guy.
He's kind of funny. Here's what this show's going to have a problem with, not to cut you off. The CGI. It's going to look fake as fuck.
Unless they go classic, like Star Trek Deep Space Nine and go heavy, like makeup and prosthetic special effects, which I could be down for.
The Green Lantern suit would look so fucking stupid. It would look like the Flash's suit, just black and green. Don't even tell me you can't see that.
His face being exposed helps, though. My biggest issue with Flash is his cowl. Like, it just doesn't, his head looks like a light bulb. So I think his face being open might help.
Oh, man. Fuck it. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, we're going to see. I don't hate the James Marsden cat. The more I think about it, though, I'm kind of with that.
I'm okay with it.
All right, so next we got DCAU Reboot. Too soon?
Yes.
Yeah, 100% yes. So, this artwork. Is this the artwork that's going to be in it?
I hope not.
Oh, God. Oh. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. It's poopy. Look at. Wait, I can give Sean a look here. Yeah, I'm not.
I don't think that's it. I think that's
I hope
something
not.
here.
That is.
Yeah.
Oh, this is for, especially for to appear on 4th and 1 later.
So in a non-spoiler way, so DC is going to reboot the animated series again. Okay, so the animated series, the 15 movies you can watch that we have it up on our Instagram. You can look at.
Correct.
Just ended this year, and actually this article comes from CBR and actually got released 6 hours ago from the time we're recording it. So,
oh wow.
And I finally watched Apocalypse War today, and I had my problems with it. That was a great movie, but I felt like Apocalypse War was Endgame without Infinity War.
Yeah.
I guess they never show the Dark Side War, so it's almost like
it's all shown in flashbacks,
and the flashbacks like 30 seconds, and they're not even flashbacks; they're like little art pieces. It's like,
people get fucking devastated.
So so I guess my thing is the way that they end Apocalypse War makes sense to why they're rebooting it, but in a scheme of things, them rebooting it is the same way they started it. If you think about it, they start they started with Flashpoint, and then at the end of non-spoiler, I'm gonna spoil this. So stop yourself for 5 fucking minutes.
If you didn't watch Apocalypse War, close your ears, come back in 2 minutes.
We're at the 45-minute mark. Come back in the 50-minute mark. You find they do another Flashpoint paradox. Flash has to go run and reset. Constantine's like, hey man, you go and used to whatever nationality I am now. Hey,
what is it? Yeah,
you go and change.
He should be like, hey, good night, mate. No, that's Australian.
He's Irish.
No, that was I thought that was Australian. It was the
What's Irish? Hello, mate.
No, that's
is he? We made John Constantine Australian.
Yeah, John Constantine.
I didn't go to act. I was not a vocal
British,
actor.
though. He's
not British.
He's not Irish. He's British.
He's whiskey.
What?
I don't know. Anyway,
what does that mean?
So anyway, doesn't matter. So he tells pretty much Flash, yo, you got to go do another paradox. And Flash is like, I'm weak. I've been running for 2 years on a treadmill.
I'm so tired.
And he runs. And then all of a sudden, they're all just sitting there on the beach. And I didn't see this movie, I saw the end of the movie. It looked like the end scene from fucking Star Wars Rogue One. Did you see Star Wars Rogue One?
Yeah.
When they're sitting on the beach and like you just see the white lights coming because they just blew up the Death Star. And it's like the same scene.
Yeah,
it's the same fucking scene.
Fair.
So they start this new animated series with Flashpoint Paradox, which I will go on the record of saying the movie was better than the book.
Okay.
And then they end with the Flashpoint Paradox.
Yeah.
So were they going to reboot this again for 15 movies and do the paradox
Apparently they
again?
can just keep doing that with Flash. Like, it's an infinite reset button.
So where...
That's why he was one of our first shenanigans engines.
Right, so here's my... Okay, so again, we've talked about this before. Justice League War was awesome. Okay, it was when they first introduced everybody and they fight... Who they fight in that? They introduced Darkseid in Justice League War? I forget. It's been so long since I watched it. So now they're going to reboot this with Superman, Man of Steel is the start of the DC's next animated... What... Is this another origin story again?
Yeah, probably.
Why?
I don't see how it's not. It's super unnecessary. It's wildly, incredibly, super, just absurdly unnecessary.
But it's just like where... Yeah, the Superman front and center to kick off a retelling of Man of Steel's origin for a new generation. What new generation?
What new generation, yeah.
Wow, dude. Did you scroll down more?
No.
Maybe it is that art. Maybe they are going with that artwork.
Ugh.
Because here's...
Hold on, let me look.
The films were winding down from the previous arcs.
This is ugly. Dude, this looks like Archer, which is okay for like a TV show,
Yes.
but like I shouldn't be expecting characters not to move. Like that looks so just rigid and just bad.
So I don't understand this quote. And this comes from Palmer. Who the fuck? Palmer. Chris Palmer. Okay, hold on. While speaking with CBR ahead of the movie's release, director Chris Palmer hoped that the animated film would not be a standalone tale like Superman Red Sun, but rather the launch of a new version of the DC universe with Superman front and center to kick off the retelling of this Man of Steel's origin story for the new generation. End quote. The films were winding down from the previous arcs. The stories being from the past 10 years for Warner Animation, like Palmer said, told CBR, in searching for new ways to launch the first film in a new direction. Okay, so maybe this is the artwork. Superman seemed like the big... Why? Like, who? What? Like, so does this mean that you're now going to... Anyone that's, like, just turned 10 is going to watch this? Like, this is what Brady's going to be watching? This crap? I can't say it's crap before I even watch it, but it looks like crap.
It doesn't look good. Doesn't look good.
Bad move. They should have waited.
They should have waited and they should have gone with better art.
They should have waited and they should not have done Zachary Quinto's in this. Wow.
Who's he calling? Lex Luthor?
Yeah. They should have. So they did release the cast already. And this. Wait. This movie comes out in 2 days.
What? What?
The film arrives digitally on HD August 23rd. So okay, cool.
That's
I guess I'm going to be renting this on
Sunday.
Sunday.
Let me know. Maybe that'll be a special edition.
And we just
Hero
figure out
Cinema,
what the fuck is going on because that's
fucking weird.
Bad move. But like I said, they should have. They ended it with. Don't even worry about it. They ended it with before what happened at the end of Apocalypse War. They didn't need to do this right away. They should have put a bunch of little tiny stories. Maybe. I mean,
100%.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
They could have done mini stories
thing.
about how the universe changed, whose life changed with Flashpoint. I don't know. There's a lot of different ways I would have done it. That's not one.
And the worst part about I have 15 seconds before I get the 50-minute mark. The worst part about that fucking movie is they make everybody like a cyborg. And what else? Not like Damian Wayne comes back to life, and Raven wears a white outfit, and we're back. And we're gonna move on to the next topic, which is when artists or art styles change mid-comic series, because it happens. I definitely think it happens in The Boys, and it is not cool.
It's super annoying. It's very distracting whenever it does happen. I don't think it was this issue. I think it was this one.
Maybe it was a one-off.
It might have been a one-off. There might have just been one issue where it was slightly different. No, it might have. Oh no, Derek Robinson's or Derek. I don't know
maybe he just changed the art. Maybe he just changed.
He might have just changed the art style. He might have just changed it up. But it does 100% throw you off if you're reading a book or a series for a while and all of a sudden the art's different. It could be better, it could be worse, but it being different compared to what you're used to 100% throws you off.
You know what book did that, series did that real bad?
Ultimates 3?
Hack and Slash.
I never read that.
I have all 5 volumes upstairs. We actually should dap into those. It's kind of funny. It's like this girl that, I forget it. I'm not even going to attempt to explain what the story is because it's been so long since I've read it and I actually don't remember. I just know it's a girl and her big, like, demon-looking fucking friend, and he's kind of like Groot-ish. He's kind of, but it's like a funny thing, but like, the art style, like every issue, like the art style looks way different.
That would piss me off.
Like, do I think they should just like sign contracts? Like that would be like if it was like every game. Again, so real fast, not a sports person. I follow something. I'm not big on it. It's kind of like baseball when they're constantly switching the pitcher out, right? Like the pitcher is like a different pitcher every.
I guess I get what you're saying, but at least you know it's going to happen then.
Right. So don't you think that they should be saying like, hey, this, the boys are going to be written by Garth Ennis with various artists.
Sometimes they do that. Sometimes they do say it'll be like an anthology piece. It'll be, it could be multiple writers. It could just be one writer. It could be multiple creative teams trying to tell one story, but it does fuck things up.
They should make some sort of contract that says like you have to stick with the same group, because we talked about this last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever the hell it was, when like if you like an artist and a writer and they do, but you like a series and they take over the series.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell I just
said.
You
just want to, when someone new takes over the series, just like, all right, I'm kind of out on this. And again, I always bring it up because it's the most notorious example I can think of is Ultimates 1 and 2 versus Ultimates 3, which we're getting to after the boys.
Which we got to binge.
Yeah.
We got
a lot of reading.
Well, we said that there was 3, if we bought the compendiums, there's 3 compendiums we have to buy. They're each 355 pages. So we have like over 1,000 pages to read in 2 weeks. I'm excited. I'm just getting through HeroGasm right now.
A lot.
Which we'll actually talk about. So pretty much when they shouldn't do it. They need to figure out a way to kind of take away from it.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I'm just thinking of the sheer volume of 355 pages. If I'm reading a novel, not that bad. 355 pages with a graphic novel is a lot because there's so much more to take in and absorb. You know what I mean?
I'm going to call your bluff on that. No way.
A novel you can just go straight through. You're burning.
No way.
With this,
dude.
I'm taking time. When you read a graphic novel, you don't take time to appreciate the art on the page. I look into stuff. I dabble. I explore the full page. It takes me longer than just straight reading.
If the bubble has more than like 5 lines, I don't read it. I just look at the picture. I'm just like, whatever. I'm gonna fuck what this guy says. Or
that's pretty funny. I read through everything.
No, I don't. Or if like people are having a conversation that I know is not relevant to the comic, I'm just like, whatever. Fuck this.
But you never know if it's gonna come up later.
It won't.
Something important.
I know.
How do you know?
I have Batman sense.
You're like
I got the baddie sense.
What? Just being a regular human being.
The baddie
sense. You got the regular human being sense.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, he literally just tried to steal Spider-Man's.
The baddie sense.
Yeah, what?
The zaddy?
Baddie. Not daddy.
It sounds
you
like
just call me daddy?
No, I didn't call you daddy at all.
We should move on.
You called yourself daddy.
No, we need to move on.
You heard that too, right?
No,
he definitely said.
He said zaddy. I said baddie. You said daddy.
I asked if that's what you said.
Why would you even think that I would say daddy? I mean, this is I'm uncomfortable. You should move on.
The cat dad.
You should move on to our last thing from the Daily Bugle because I feel abused.
Should the popularity of the comic book character dictate the price? No, but it does. It 100% does. It shouldn't. But, if you got a special edition Hellblazer comic book and a special edition Spider-Man comic book, you know what I mean?
Hellblazer should be more. Yeah, you're right. Because Spider-Man's a fucking bitch. But it's like, okay, so this is the other thing too. So you have the DC Black Label stuff is all like $5.99.
Well, most comics now are up to $5. It's like the industry average. Really? I thought it was $3 to $5. I would say I've seen a lot.
Some of Spawn was $2.
Although actually, I'll say
Spawn's $2.
I was going to say the issues of Empire that I brought today are all $5, but I think that's because it's a special event, which is bullshit. I'm going to agree with that. If you're going to charge me more, then don't put any ads in the book whatsoever.
I guess the argument is this. So I
think that'd be a fair point.
100%. But I guess the argument comes to be who's that guy that wrote the Da Vinci Code? James Patterson?
No, it's a different guy.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 100%.
I think you're wrong.
Can we have our secondary stat man?
Who wrote the Da Vinci
Sean Farrell, look that up.
I'll bet you a beer.
All right.
From upstairs.
I'll take that.
Tom Englund. Novel by Tom Englund.
No, you're lying.
4.8 out of 5 on,
That's a bullshit.
Goodreads and 4.4 out of 5 on Barnes.
Da Vinci Code.
Yeah. He's
No. What did the other guy write?
like a lot of other shit.
No.
Yeah.
No. His name's John Patterson, right?
That's what you said.
Did I make this guy up? Who is this guy?
James Patterson.
Author, that
That's who it was.
Very popular novels.
But not the Da Vinci Code.
This isn't real.
I'm pretty sure it's real.
I
It's as
think
real as the Fibonacci sequence featured in the Da Vinci Code.
I think the Da Vinci Code is
Like that reference? Anyone?
Dan Brown. Who the fuck did you say?
Tom England, that's what I got.
It says Dan Brown.
Either way, you were wrong.
Knock you down.
I was right. I said Dan Brown.
You didn't say Dan Brown at all.
I said
Are
Dan
you
Brown.
kidding me?
James Dan.
Yes, yeah, James Dan Patterson Brown. James Dan Patterson Brown wrote the Da Vinci Code.
Oh, little DDPP.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Google done fucked up. They got
Yeah.
two-
Fuck you, Google.
Maybe that was the screenwriter for the movie.
Possibly, but it says, I don't know.
Moral of the story is, if Dan Brown,
It's a stat man.
if Dan
Sorry,
Brown
you're
writes,
sold-
if
sold our
Dan
hearts.
Brown writes a book, right? And then if Stephen King writes a book, who's gonna be more money?
Obviously, Stephen King.
So what's the difference between the character? I'm just a devil's advocate here.
Well, I mean, that's why they do it. Like we've established, it's the thing that they do.
So all books should be one price.
Yeah. Unless I would be okay paying a premium for a book if it meant there were no advertisements in it. If I'm buying like a variant edition, no ads at all, I'm like, all right, I'll sell an extra buck or two.
But the other thing too is funky, which I've noticed, is comics used to be like 33, 32, like 35 pages. They're like 20 pages
Yeah,
now.
they've definitely cut down it a
They're
lot.
like significant.
Yeah.
Like you can, and this is the problem that I have with that too. Is like, okay, so whether you believe it or not, 2 weeks is a long time to read another issue of something.
I mean, and it's usually a month.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's not even
well,
2
Batman's
weeks.
every 2 weeks.
Gotcha.
But it can get, you could be like, what am I reading? Like,
Yeah, it's a long
especially if you're
time
reading,
to-
especially if you're reading stuff in between. But off top again, I agree. I don't think that the character should determine the value of the comic. I think that the length of the comic should determine the price. You know
Yeah,
why?
I
You
think
know,
it should be a factor.
I mean, because then you have weird shit that happens. Like when we went to shout out to Zap Comics, we got those comic stacks. It was like $8 for the Return of Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
But the graphic novel is like $20. So would you rather have?
Well, the reason they did that was probably just because they had leftover back issues that never sold. So like, let's stack these together and sell them for something, as opposed to just letting them sit there and collect dust.
You're losing money on that.
Yeah, but they also
How much
are
were they-
gaining space. Or who knows how much that could be.
How much
like,
of those? I guess we could find out how much those issues were when they originally came out.
Well, but it's also if you buy in bulk, you probably get a discount on them. So maybe they're selling them at cost just to get rid of them at that point.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like they could have paid $2 per issue, and they're like, all right, there's 4 issues, fuck it, bundle them together, $8 out the door.
I actually thoroughly enjoy the bundles.
That's a great call. We're definitely going back to Zap for more of those. 100%.
I think it's way better than actually buying the volume.
Yeah.
They're just not having a comic book in your hand, putting it on the wall, and building upstairs. So, but anyway, before we move on to our feature comic of the week, quick word from our sponsor.
Why Am I a Nerd podcast network has been brought to you by our sponsor, Me Moms. The best breakfast and lunch down the Jersey Shore with 3 great locations in Wall Township, Middletown, and Brick, New Jersey. Me Moms specializes in unique and fun takes on your traditional lunch and breakfast items. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. You can find more information at www.memoms.com.
Hold on, we're back, and Sean wants to defend himself in reference to Tom England.
So when you search Da Vinci Code book, Tom England pops up because he wrote a book called Relic 2 years before the Da Vinci Code book came out, and it's almost exactly the same. So there are conspiracy theories that Dan Brown copied what Tom England did and turned it into one of the best-selling books of all time.
It's like the fucking Bible.
What?
Also, to clarify earlier what during Matt's pitch for his Batman show, Cameron said season 1 was like Karate Kid, which has an 88% on Tomato Meter. He said season 2 was like Vertical Limit, which I've never fucking seen. Not so good. We're talking 48%. However, Zero Dark 30, 91%. Daredevil season 1, 99%.
Boom.
What are you booming?
Because I said those were all incredibly highly rated shows, and you said no, they're not.
Well, only one of them is a show.
Whatever. I said they were all highly rated. It's
Also,
the point.
the movie 0 Dark 30, which Cameron fell asleep in theaters, hit the box office that weekend, pulling in $24 million its opening weekend, beating out Haunted House.
Shocked by that.
See?
What do you mean, see?
Taking down the Disney giant of Haunted House.
How long was Haunted House out for before that fucking shit came out? Let's be
Probably a
honest for a
week.
goddamn second here. Hold on.
Bold statement, Haunted House was Eddie Murphy's last great movie.
Was it?
No.
Rest
He's
in
definitely-
peace?
He's no. Eddie Murphy's Charlie Murphy died.
Who?
Charlie Murphy?
Wait, so hold on. Didn't somebody else write the Bible before the Bible was written?
Dan Brown.
Say no more.
Actually, I believe that was James Patterson.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Patterson
Who?
also has had multiple books adapted to TV. The Zoo, movie Along Came a Spider.
That's what I was thinking of. I knew I was thinking of Da Vinci Code, Long Game of
Early
Fire.
90s.
Same thing. Da Vinci's Spider.
His books adapted to television or movies.
That's pretty sick.
Like the Bible.
I don't know what you're talking about with
Okay,
the Bible.
before
like
we
the Bible
interfere-
doesn't have. It's not like someone's sitting there like, "Hey, I'm Bob Peterson. I
Okay,
wrote the
so
Bible."
our feature comic of the week is no longer The Boys Volume 3 and 4, it's the Bible.
This is going to be long.
All right, so you
kidding.
start off with the Old Testament. He's super wrathful.
Okay, anyway. All right, let's get into this.
All right, so our featured comic of the week, which we're gonna have to burn through, it's The Boys Volume 3 and 4. First issues were October 2008 and July 2009, respectively. Written by Garth Ennis, inked by Derek Robertson. In The Boys Volume 3, Good for the Soul, everyone has something to get off their chest. Frenchie and the female are up to something nasty with the mafia. Mother's Milk goes to see his mom. Annie January wants a word with God himself. And Butcher enjoys yet another ghastly tryst with CIA Director Rayner. The legend, meanwhile, offers to tell Huey everything he wants to know about the boys. All Huey has to do is take a walk with the dead. And in I Tell You No Lie, G.I., the beans are spilled. 60 years of Vaught-American superhero agenda for America, with every dirty trick, shady deal, and black operation since World War II revealed at last. The boys, meanwhile, confront the Seven on the site of the superhero's greatest failure. The worst secret of all is not what really happened early one September morning, not so long ago in New York City.
So let's tackle this one first. So this was the first time that you actually see Homelander and
Butcher
Butcher
and
and
Meat.
Meat.
And it's very different than the way it's done in the show.
This is better.
Where they have
I think this is better because Butcher's literally just standing there being like,
being super like not talking. I kind of like the emotion he shows on the TV show, but I can appreciate your point. It's very different, and it's very clear that Homelander doesn't know what he's done to cause Butcher so much anguish and pain,
which is
and
a
they've
huge difference from the book.
Yeah,
from the
and
movie,
they've had
show. God damn.
and they've had multiple meetings. It's implied at least
Yes.
in the book, so it's pretty interesting that it's just now kind of occurring to him. But I have a theory that it's going to end up being the same reason
Yeah, I'm not
as
gonna-
the show,
I'm not-
and yeah, don't tell me, but I've got a feeling it's going to end up being the same reason.
So volume 3 is probably out of the 4, is probably the weakest so far. I didn't really like it.
Volume 3 is the weakest.
I thought so.
Yeah. It was tougher to get through than the others.
The big thing with volume 3 is the plane scene.
Yeah, the alternate version of 9/11. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's like the big kind of thing to do.
Which
doing
is
this one.
bold to do only 7 years later. Like that came out October 2008. That's still
Garth
pretty
Ennis
fresh at
made
that point.
fucking Crossed.
No, but I'm just saying, like, it's very close to the actual. It's only, 7 years after 9/11 actually occurred.
Yeah, but I'm
Like,
saying
that's still.
wrote
Cross is fine. Like, he writes
Crossed.
a lot of fucked up things. His Punisher Max stories, Barracuda,
awesome.
we've been into that.
It's really great. So I think the big thing with that they do in volume 3 as well is they really introduce you to the legend who is
Yeah,
Stan
Stan
Lee.
Lee.
I mean, it is what it is. And this is what I've said in the past 2 shows is that it gets confusing because he starts telling different stories than what you've read.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, to me, it's like the pirate scene in Watchmen, the pirate story. It's like this story is going on that you really don't give a fuck about.
Yeah, I
and
don't
here
need
he
to
is
know
in
all
this.
that. Where to give
telling-
you background on Vought and how they came up. That part's interesting, but then they give you, like you said, just alternate versions of the superhero's background that you're kind of like, oh, okay, but I didn't really need to know that.
And they start to lean into the fact that the superheroes just don't give a fuck because they have a cover up for everything.
Yeah,
and the cover up is the comic
already
books.
feel like they're gods. Yeah.
Yes, it's the comic books.
Yeah,
it would be
the
like
comic books in the book are basically just propaganda. Yeah.
yes, and that can get confusing. And that's pretty much what happens in the first part of Volume 3. And the second part of Volume 3 is obviously the plane crash, which they did that in the first season.
Yeah.
Okay,
They
so
do, and it's fucked up when you watch that version. Homelander's actually somehow more sympathetic in this version. I feel like Homelander and Queen Maeve kind of swap places between the TV show and the book, where Homelander's kind of like, oh, maybe I can do this to save everyone.
in what?
In the book. And in the show, he's like, fuck this, we gotta get out of here.
2 pages.
He flips, but he does try and...
For like a second, he's like, fuck this.
yeah. He tries for a little bit to save people, whereas in the thing, he's like,
Maeve's
nothing we
more
can do.
sympathetic in this.
Maeve's more sympathetic in the show, I think.
No
than
way.
that.
Dude, she tries to save the little girl in this.
She doesn't try. No, that's the show.
Dude. I'm flipping.
Go ahead. Yeah, flip off.
Let's see. Yeah, because he just wait a goddamn minute. Obviously, no, he punches her across the fucking room. And then they leave this motherfucker, who I don't know who this guy was.
Marathon.
Yeah, and then she's trying to stop the plane.
Yeah. Well, let me see the book too. Let me bring up my point.
And then, yeah. And then
And
this guy gets
Homelander.
blown up.
Yeah.
Oh, because here she's like, get the fuck off me. She's
Yeah.
running out. I mean, okay.
Whereas she's very hesitant to leave in the thing. Hold on, wait, let me see it. Let me see before you keep flipping. Oh, why did you close it? I gotta find the page again.
It's at the end of the book.
Man, that's all the way back here. Anyway, my point is, there's a part where, damn, it's gonna take me forever to find this. Whatever. I know what I said. I stand by it.
Okay, fine. Just like you stand by watching the Batman TV show of Bruce Wayne
Yeah,
becoming
I can do
Batman.
work.
Then anyway, we have the fourth right here, the fourth volume,
We do.
which we know my skills of reading something on paper into a microphone. So, do you want to read the plot?
Yeah, sorry. I was looking for something to back my point up, but whatever. Sorry. In The Boys Volume 4, all is not well with mysterious millionaire John Guddlekin's band of misfits. Silver Kincaid, one of the original G-Men, has just committed suicide in the most public and grotesque way imaginable. That's not good news for Vought American's #1 franchise. With G-Force, G-Coast, G-Style, G-Wiz, the G-Brits, and the G-Nomads, all depending on their slice of the G-Pie. There's far too much at stake for anyone to go poking around the G-Mansion now. Who knows what dirty secrets might be waiting down there in the dark. So it's just too bad that Butcher, Huey, Mother's Milk, the Frenchman, and the female have decided to do precisely that, even if they risk finally biting off much, much more than they can chew.
I liked this volume.
This one was cool. Definitely rips on the X-Men.
In every way
the fact
possible.
that there's so many different teams.
I was surprised that they made this, not they, but like this is what they consider their #1 source of income, Vought America.
Well,
So
that's
Vought,
do you remember what we were talking about at the comic book store today? That X-Men just prints money for Marvel.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of thing.
right, but considering the I guess so. But I guess Garth Ennis does a really good job of making fun of all these characters, and he does this one the best so far.
But I love that. Do you know who Silver Kincaid's a knockoff of, right?
Who?
Jean Grey.
Is that who he was referencing?
Silver, Grey.
What?
That was a comparison, Silver and Grey. And then when her statue's up there, the whatever signed on her little statue commemorative thing says fly like a phoenix.
I caught that, but I didn't actually put two and two together until you just did it now. He does a good job making fun of what the actual. I don't think they show them all in the back here. No, they don't. Like when they first show the G-Men, all they walk out.
Yeah, it's
like
all it's a
Colossus
classic
looks like
X-Men pose.
Colossus. You could tell,
Yeah.
but then like the way they
Wolverine-
made Beast, he's like a
Beast is
hairy
Critter.
dude.
Yeah, Wolverine's got hammer hands. He just says "gonna" all the time.
Yeah.
Like it's really weird.
The thing that this book, the recurring theme I've noticed about this series so far is that
there's a lot of gross sex things that happen all the time.
Besides
Like
that,
too often.
would any group that gets brought in just gets wiped out?
Yeah. They're
Like
not
so,
making it to
pretty
another
much,
issue.
pretty much at the end of volume 4, something happens to Huey becomes friends with the G something, or one of the G
The G
people.
Wiz.
And pretty much the G Wiz, like the people that are like trying to train to be the fucking X-Men, and then they find out that Huey is a spy, which they didn't really explain how, they just found out.
Huey slips up a couple times while he's talking to people, and they end up figuring it out.
I
But
never
there was
put
other
that-
stuff that happened too, because it was also his paperwork was falsified, so he was only supposed to be in there for a minute,
Yeah.
plant some bugs, and then disappear. And he was like, "Oh, I'm going to go back and try and save him." And his butcher tells him, "Don't try and marry a stripper," but Huey does it anyway, and then he gets busted because obviously calls got made to Vault, and they're like, "This guy is not one of our people that we sent to you."
And the G Wiz are weird. They're
what?
the G Wiz, right? That's who it was.
The G Wiz, yeah.
They're a very weird group of people.
They
Have a circle jerk.
yeah.
They get drunk and they jerk off and piss on somebody
Yep.
in the bar.
One of their own friends in the bathroom of the bar. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. I didn't like it. It's weird.
There's a lot
It's
of
weird.
There's a lot of dick. Guy is getting really good at drawing dicks because there's a lot of dick in this. There's even
Yeah.
more dick in Hero Gasm.
Yeah, it's just like wildly unnecessary.
I think that these books, I don't know. I'm gonna lie. I don't know if these are good. I don't know. We need to finish the series. Like,
Yeah, we'll
we
see.
only got 6 volumes left to read, and
We're talking about this before. I feel like Garth Ennis kind of gets off the point a little bit. Like, I'd like to see it a little more streamlined. I feel like I'm reading a bunch of filler of
Yeah.
characters that I genuinely enjoy, but seems just very off topic.
see, I've said this before multiple times. I've read the 6 volumes that I have, which is literally half of the story, and I've always fallen off. This is the 3rd or 4th time I've done this. So obviously there's a reason why I'm falling. I'm only staying with this because we said we were going to do this.
Yeah.
This is not a good series. I'm going to go out and say, fuck
All right.
it. It's not
I'll
that
stick
good.
with you on that. I thought it was one of your favorites, so I wasn't going to say anything.
It was,
yeah,
but now that I'm really, really taking time to
I'm hoping
it's
it
not
picks
good.
back up, but it's all shock value, it feels like. There's very little story and a whole bunch of shock value and a lot of just making fun of the comic book industry.
This is like Red Dead 2. It's extending it's holding its stay too long. That game
do you mean?
sucked. Red Dead Redemption 2 blows.
Whoa.
I said it. It sucks.
I'm shocked by that.
Yeah, and
That's
that
an
is
alphabet
not
gold conversation,
that is
but I am
why did you
shocked
play
by
it?
that. I never finished it, but
It
it's
sucks.
a good game.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not good. Fuck that game.
Wow.
I said it. You know what else is a shitty game while I'm on a fucking rant? The fucking Star Wars game too that came out.
Okay,
Jedi Fallen Order.
I was
that
ready
game
for you. I was
sucked
ready for you to
too.
say the Spider-Man game sucked, and I was going to get up and walk off set. But that game's awesome.
What is
the Spider-Man game?
Red Dead 2 blows.
All right, I didn't finish Red Dead 2, but
Don't.
it's good.
It's not
So
good.
next up,
You don't understand.
what do you mean? I don't
You
understand.
just don't understand.
How do I not understand?
You don't
'Cause I didn't
understand.
Finish it?
You don't understand.
All right. Apparently, I don't. I would love to hear about this on Alphabet Gold, though.
Fine.
But next up, our shenanigans engine of the week is a character that I think is pretty rare to most people. But Kim, let's see if you can figure out this character based on his powers. He's a member of the Doom Patrol.
Moon Knight.
No, it's not even the same comic book universe. He's a member of the Doom Patrol, and his abilities include teleportation and molecular reconstruction.
Spider-Man.
The answer is Danny the Street, and he's a living and sentient piece of urban geography who can magically and seamlessly place himself in any urban landscape at will without disruption to their surroundings. What the fuck? Like, what actually was going through Grant Morrison's head other than whatever endorsements of serotonin were being released by the drugs he was on? Why would this exist? Why would there be a sentient street that's part of a superhero team that can just teleport places and be a street somewhere else?
Have you Googled him images? Have you Googled Danny
I'm
the
gonna look
Street
at the
images?
right now.
It's
Yeah,
just
he's a gay street.
It's just a street.
He's a homosexual street, though.
It's a street.
Yeah, there's like he has like a bunch of different.
Look, Grant,
like,
you read some weird shit, man. But
yeah,
say
like
what?
But it's true though. Like I don't know why he felt the need because I don't understand
Oh my God,
how
it's
that's
in the
relevant.
movie.
Because if there's, is he talking to other? Are there other streets? Like he's having relations with other streets? Like I don't understand. Like none of it makes sense. It's like you put in a bunch of details to a character and it was like, fuck it, let's just make this guy a street. It's bullshit. It's shenanigans. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
He's in the
and
show.
it produces other things that he's in the show. Oh no, they reference him in the Doom Patrol show in like the first season. They do reference him. But he's just a street. Like it doesn't fucking make sense. Like what happens if someone goes into that shop? Like they can buy things. He just magically produces things for sale. Is there someone there working? Like it just doesn't. None of it makes sense. And then Sean just sent me 5 reasons we love Doom Patrol's Danny the Street. I'm going to scroll through them really quick. Apparently, Danny is kind. Sure, he's a fucking street. They're gender queer, which is what I just brought up. So apparently, he was introduced as a transvestite who loved to cross-dress, which is fine.
But he's a street.
But I don't understand how that works if he's a street. Because unless there's another street, like I don't see a street with genitals on. I don't understand how that's relevant for a street.
He has balls?
Maybe not. I have no idea. He's been a member of the Teen Titans. What the fuck?
Wait, so is the pothole is like the pothole like supposed to like reference like shitting? The sewer?
I have no idea. I don't even know what he eats. How did he come to be? It's just complete. Dan the Street's totally unique. You know, like DC, what the fuck is this? Like honestly, like what the fuck? Like just make a character that can create streets. I'm fine with that, but you have just a living street. He's just a street. He's a street. You turn on to what if you're driving and you get lost because this magic fucking street appeared? You got to get to the hospital in time for like grandma's operation. Your wife's having a kid and you fucking miss it because you turned on to Danny the goddamn street.
So real fast before we go, I just found out.
It's bullshit though.
I just found out that in the next issue of The Amazing Spider-Man, he's
not going to Danny the Street because that'd be a crossover issue. He's in DC.
He's going to Ohio State. One last time, this is Why Am I Nerd since Joe Wud Up Comics. You can follow us on Instagram at Why Am I Nerd Official, Facebook.com/Why Am I Nerd, and listen to new issues every Tuesday on your favorite podcast service, and check out new issues every Monday at youtube.com/Spider-Man Sucks Dick. And once again, we're the Nerds with the Mouse. I'm Cameron James. He's Matt.
Fuck Ohio State, always and forever.